The mental proof that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God, exists. Allah is the creator of this world, the creator of the heaven and the earth, the master of day of judgment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, there is no doubt about the existence of Allah. So therefore the first obligation on the responsible person is to know about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is the creator of the existent things. If with our sound mind we carefully think about all the creations and ponder about their existence, we must know that they have a creator who created them. They cannot have just existed. There must have been a creator who has created them. They could not have been created just by chance. With this sound mind, we know irrefractably that every writing has to have a writer, the act of hitting has to have a hitter, and that a building has to have a builder. Therefore, it follows that this universe with all the creation in it has to have a creator who is alive, attributed with will, knowledge, power, and this is none but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is clear of all imperfections. He is the one who does not resemble any of his creations, and nothing resembles him. The sound mind does not accept the existence of an action without someone who carried it out. It is not conceivable for nature to be the creator, because nature has no will. So how would nature create? It is also not permissible for something to create itself. Finally, something cannot create something that resembles it. As an example, the child is born small. He does not talk or walk. Then he develops. He starts gradually and slowly to talk and walk. Then he matures and becomes a young man, then middle-aged, then old, after which he eventually dies. Who changed him and transformed him from one state to another? Allah is the one who created and changed him and willed for him to die. I would like to quickly narrate to you a story of a man who denied the existence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is related that a man who denied the existence of the Creator came once to one of the caliphs and told him, the scholars of your time say that there is a Creator for this universe, and I am prepared to prove them that this universe has no Creator. The Caliph sent for one of the top scholars, telling him of the man's claim and ordering him to come. The scholar was purposely late, then he came. The Caliph welcomed him and seated him in the center of the session. Present at the meeting were many scholars and important people. So the man said, why were you late in your arrival? The scholar said, what if I tell you that a very strange matter occurred to me, and because of it I am late? My house is behind the river of Lecutre. I came to cross the river, but I did not find anything other than an old boat with broken planks. When my gaze fell onto it, the planks moved and came together and resembled that, so that it became seaworthy. All this happened without the work of a carpenter or a worker. I sat in it, crossed the river, and came to this place. The man said, O people, listen to what your scholar says. Have you heard anything more absurd than this? How can a boat exist without the carpenter to build it? This is an explicit lie. The scholar said, O blasphemer, if the mind does not accept the existence of a boat without a builder or a carpenter, then how do you say that this entire universe exists without a creator? The man became silent. He was refuted. As a Muslim, we all know everything was created, and to the non-believers, ask yourself, how can something just have occurred by chance? Surely there was a creator. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those who are always firm in our belief that Allah is the creator of the heaven and earth. Ameen.